guys, it's Shami from Crafts, Names, and Things. So this video is brought to us by Doreen'sBeads.com. They just sell amazing jewelry making supplies. It's super affordable, and they sent me some stuff just to try out and make tutorials for this channel, so I'm super excited to share it with you. Today we are going to make a leather bracelet. So I have one on here, very pretty, and they're beaded at the top and then they have leather on the back. And this one I made a little too big, but we're going to fix that this time. But these are their gorgeous beads. And I will put the link below to my haul video from Doreen'sBeads.com. They have a lot of beautiful supplies. It's super affordable, and they have probably the best shipping costs of an international company that I've seen, at least for jewelry making. So yeah, so let's get started. So all you need for this is just a selection of beads. As I said, I'm using the beads from Doreen'sBeads.com, but I have this ceramic bead from my stash. It's just a broken necklace that I have, so I want to use that as the focal point. You can use whatever beads you have. These are just really beautiful glass beads, absolutely gorgeous. I just love these, and they kind of look like cracked beads. They're like cracked. They're really pretty. They give a really beautiful effect. And then I just have some cord ends, which are here, and those you can clamp to keep your leather in, and it works very well. And then I have some silver beads also that I got from Doreens.com, just because I might want to add those. I don't know if I'm going to use those or not. And then some tube spacer beads. I might use those, might not. And then I have this leather that I got from their company. Gorgeous leather, very good quality. I love the color, very pretty. And then I have some jump rings, and I have a lobster clasp. Also got that from Doreen's Beads. Now you're going to need your flat nose pliers, and if you have 2 pairs, that would be great. I'm going to take out 2 pairs, and you're going to need some wire cutters and some round nose cutters. So kind of your whole little kit, actually. Alrighty, and then I have some 22 gauge wire. Now if you did not have wire, you could actually just use just an eye pin. Just make sure that it's like 4 inches. So you want to cut about 4 inches of wire. That's the first step. And these are just so adorable. They're really cute, super simple to make, and they just make a really awesome gift. So we're going to cut off 4 inches, this wire, and that's going to be the beaded part that you see in the front of my bracelet there. Okay, and all we're going to do is just make a loop. Okay, so I'm going to go about maybe 1.5 inches down on my wire, and I'm just going to make a loop. Okay, so I'm going to take it, and I want a pretty wide loop because I have to loop this part, my leather through, so my leather cord through, so definitely you want a wide loop. So you're just going to take it, it's probably about 1.5 inches down. You're going to take it and you're going to make it like an X, okay, just like that. Now we're going to switch to our flat nose pliers here, okay, and we're going to loop that wire around. Now, if you don't have 20 gauge wire, you can use 22. That would work too. Just going to kind of bring that over a little bit, and I'm just going to wrap it around. So I'm going to hold it taut and tight, and I'm just wrapping it around. So that end that was out, I'm just wrapping it around, just like that. In my tutorials, especially my jewelry tutorials, they are step-by-step, in-depth, so, you know, so I'm going to show you every step. That's just the way that I learned, especially when I'm doing jewelry, so that's what I'm going to use. And then you're just going to straighten up the stem. Okay, straighten up the loop, but it really doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. Alright, then you're going to put your beads on, so you'll put them on in whatever order you want. I'm going to mostly concentrate, and you see that it's not perfectly like together, and that's okay. Like, this is just a very rustic design. It's great for a beginner. I think most of the time we get really intimidated by things, you know, when you're beginning jewelry making. So I just wanted to make something simple that all of us could do. You know, that's a lot of fun. So all you need to do is make a basic loop, nothing too fancy, and you're ready to go. We're going to put that beautiful ceramic bead in. It looks like I'm only going to be able to get 2 of those beads on there because I have to leave room for the end, and it's going to be a little tight, I'll tell you that right now, for that loop, but I think we should just make it. Okay, we're going to take that just like that, and we're going to make a loop. So we're going to take these just like that, go about 1.5 inches down, get on the largest part of my pliers that I can, go like that, move it over, kind of makes an X shape. Alrighty. I'm going to get my, these are bent nose, flat nose pliers. They're really good about holding things, and I just got this kit of jewelry making supplies at Hobby Lobby. It was like $10, but I used a 40% off coupon. So, but you can even get a cheap one at like Walmart if you're in the United States, and they're like $5, and you get everything you need in that kit. So, jewelry making does not have to be expensive. You can have the basics and make beautiful things. We're just going to grab that little end. Can you see that? I'm telling you, but let me bring you down a little bit more. So I did a loop around, but there's a little end sticking out right there. So that's what I'm twisting around. I'm just twisting that around the stem. Oops. Just have to hold it a little bit tighter than I am here. There's my bent nose plier. Alrighty. And if you're having a hard time like bending the wire, then you might want to use a not so big gauge. Okay, so you can go down a gauge. Just take that. But jewelry making is all about just being patient and manipulating it, and it will come together. Just like that. Okay, so that's what I have. That's my component. Okay, just like that. And you see the loops are different sizes, but as I said, this is rustic. We want it to look very organic and just beautiful. Just want to show you guys a simple tutorial, because I know you get intimidated. They have all those fancy ones out there, and that's fine, you know, but I want to teach the beginners how to do this. Okay, so now we're going to take our leather. Okay, I forgot what that was called for a second, and I'm just going to like measure just how long I think it should go on my wrist. Okay, so what that usually turns out to be is about, let's do 3.5. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off a 3.5 inch piece of this leather. And keep in mind, we are going to add jump rings and that kind of stuff, so it will be longer for sure as we add other components. And if something is ever too small for you like this, like when you're making a bracelet, you can always add a piece of chain, and that works too. So you're just going to take it just like that. So I have that and that. You see I just looped it over. I just put it through my loop. There's a loop, just like that. And then I'm going to get my cord ends. And you get tons of these for the price. They have great prices on there. Just going to take it, and then you're going to take your flat nose pliers, and you're just going to give it a squeeze. So just take it. And you could even use this just with twine if you don't have leather. But I really like the look of the leather. It's like hard and soft because you have all these beautiful, gorgeous beads, and then it's just soft too. So we're just gonna, all you do is just put it between your pliers and press down. Okay, just like that. And I am going to show you how to do a piece of chain too, just so you kind of know how to do that. And if you ever need to resize, you know, make a bracelet larger or something, that's a good little trick. You can kind of take off the end components and add just a little piece of chain. And it works great. Okay, we're going to take that. And I just am making sure that it's kind of lined up together. And I want to make sure that it's in kind of that little closure part. And I should show you up close. So this is what it looks like. And there's kind of a little ridge here, right? And then that's the end where you attach your jump ring or your lobster claw. And that's what you do, is you just slip those ends right in there. Okay, just like that. Looks good, and you just want to make sure that they don't go, you know, up too far. You're just going to take your pliers and you're going to just push it together, just like that. And it makes it so that everything's secure. See, nothing's coming out of there. Alrighty, so I can kind of put it on my wrist and kind of see. Now this is, I made it very, very short, so I am going to add a piece of chain. So here I just have just a basic piece of chain. Alright, awesome. And I can kind of take this on my wrist and see, like, how big it's going to be. So I'm going to maybe make, and your measurement will be different. And if you're making these for customers, it'll be a little different. But I just want to add just a little bit of chain so I can make it a little bit more adjustable. So I'm going to do about 1.5 inches of chain, of additional chain. There we go, just like that. Okay. And then I am going to attach my components, okay? So I have a larger jump ring here. This is about a 10M. And then I have maybe about a 5M jump ring, or a small jump ring. My lobster clasp, and then I have a piece of chain, okay? So all I'm going to do is just open this jump ring, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to put the chain on. So they can put it through the jump ring, whoever has this, whoever's going to get this bracelet, or they can put it into any of the links of the chain. So see how awesome that is? So that is just a great little trick from one jewelry maker to another of how to make things customizable without having to measure or anything, like if this was a gift for someone. Yep. Okay. And then we're going to attach a jump ring to connect these two pieces together. Okay. Open it up, just like that. And we're going to put our lobster claw in there, just like that. Close it. And close that jump ring. And if you need to know how to close jump rings, I have tons of videos on how to do that. So definitely check out all my jewelry making, and you'll definitely find a video on that. And then we're going to attach that to that end. So again, we're going to open our jump ring, which I should not have had to open. I should have just done it while it was open, but I wasn't thinking. Let's see. Just take that and close it up. And you can use, you know, 2 flat nose pliers if you want, or kind of whatever you want. But see how cool that is? So then it just goes right on your wrist. And it's kind of probably harder to do it on this one, this side. And as I said, you can substitute, you know, for whatever you want. Let me just try to put this on camera here. This is kind of the fussy part. Let's see if we can turn it the other way. I think I can have a little bit more leverage. It's hard to do it with one person. So we'll just put that up there for now. I used to work at Claire's when I was in high school, so I need one of those little helpers they had. They had the handy bracelet helper, could use one of those right now. Okay guys, so this is the bracelet. This is what it looks like when it's all done. How pretty is that? And I just love the leather. It can be a little bit tighter, but I was only able to get it on the second chain. But as you can see, you can make it, you know, as tight as you want. I mean, you could make it really firm fitting on, but I need another person in order to do that. And then this is the beautiful one that I made before. Same thing, except that I did not add the chain. I just did my jump ring and the lobster clasp. And that one's a little loose for me. I need to work on my measuring apparently. Yeah, but I'm not very good at it. That's why I always make extensions, because I can always make it tighter. For some reason, I just can never get them right, but that's alright. But I just love these, and this was made with leather also. This is just some leather that I had in my stash, just black leather. Yeah, so it's, you can make it whatever you want, but all the beads are the Doreen beads. Aren't those beautiful? And the closures and everything. So these are really fun, really great to make, super simple craft for a beginning jeweler. Hopefully you guys, jewelry maker, hopefully you guys enjoy this tutorial. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I will have more, I think I have a couple more jewelry tutorials coming up for Doreen'sBeads.com. I hope you guys visit them and check out all their wonderful supplies. I'm super happy with the quality of the beads, and this leather cord is absolutely beautiful, and just everything. Their wire, their chain, just everything is beautiful. So hope you go check them out, and I will see you guys next time. Have a fabulous day. Bye bye. And if you haven't seen my first video, I made this gorgeous charm bracelet, so make sure I'll put a link below too, so you can check that one out too, and make one of these beautiful charm bracelets too. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Bye bye.